Hello Bettafish fam, and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about tail types. More specifically, we're going to be comparing long-finned bettas to short-finned bettas. Now short-finned bettas are often called plakat or plakat, however you pronounce that. It's Plakat. These bettas always have the very short fins. Now these fins are always found on wild betta fish. You really don't ever see the long-finned bettas in the wild because the long-finned ones were actually bred to look the way that they do. Now let's dive into it and let's just take a closer look at the long-finned bettas first. When I think back to my first betta fish, he had long fins. My next betta fish had long fins. I guess I kind of had a fascination with long-finned bettas. And whether they were butterfly tail, veil tail, crown tail, they all had long fins. When I would look at the short-finned bettas, a lot of times I would think that they were more plain. They were a little less special than the rest, and I think a lot of people kind of have that mindset when they look at them. They think that maybe they're just a little more plain, they're not as flashy, therefore maybe they don't want them. But let's go ahead and just look at the pros and cons of the long-finned bettas. So long-finned bettas are just flashier. Maybe that's kind of your thing. Maybe you love showy bettas, you love the bright tails, and long-finned bettas obviously have that. Some are longer than others, some will range and be more frilly on the edges, some will be a little tattered. It just depends on what you're into. But these long-finned bettas, because their fins are longer, they have a much wider space to display colors and patterns and whatnot, and a lot of people find that very, very attractive, and I can testify to being one of those people. When you're looking at the pros, really the main pro is just that they're gorgeous. The cons aren't very extensive, there really aren't many, but long-finned bettas will rip their fins a lot. My last guy that I had was getting his fins ripped almost weekly, and they would heal back because they healed back fairly quickly, but then they would get ripped again. Now he had a habit of leaning up against the filter, so it'd kind of suck his fins in. It wouldn't suck his fins against the filter with a lot of force, but it was still enough to damage it. After a month or two of having him, honestly for the rest of his life, I was kind of just battling, and I was trying to cover up sharp edges and sharp things in the tank, and that's one of the main things you want to do. If you have a long-finned betta, you have to make sure that your filter intake is closed with a sponge or some kind of soft filter, unless you have a sponge filter, and that will not rip your betta's fins. But then you're going to need to look at your tank. Is everything filed down? Is the decor in your tank sharp? Does it have sharp edges? Do you have plastic plants? Do you have live plants? You have to look at all of the angles, because if you overlook one single thing, you're going to wake up and the fins are going to be ripped. If they get ripped, you don't have to worry too much. Just keep their water clean to make sure that they don't get infection or they catch something from the water. Now, the second con is that long-finned bettas cannot swim as fast. So if you want a really fast swimmer, you're not going to find that they are the fastest. Now, if you have a long-finned betta with the tail medium size range, meaning it's not super long, but it doesn't look as short as the plakat bettas, you will still get a fast swimmer. My last betta, Kyler, was a very fast swimmer even when he had a slightly longer fin. The third con is that your betta can develop a little bump near his caudal fin. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I am not, please correct me in the comments. But that is the back fin. That is the one that looks like the fan. That is the largest one on his body, and that is going to put the most weight on him as he's swimming. Bettas will develop this bump on one side near the fin where their back fin has just weighed them down so much that develops. It's not really a tumor. It can look like it though, and a lot of betta fish owners do get kind of worried about this. Now let's take a look at short fin bettas. Their tail is not going to hold them back. They are going to be very fast, and if you can see, my little guy has just been motoring around this entire video. He's just going. I mean, and he never stops. A lot of times the long fin bettas will need to sit down and rest for a while. Short fin bettas, I mean, they can just go forever. And they are going to be far more agile as well, so they'll be able to weave in and out of your decor, the plants, everything in your tank. If you like to teach your betta to do tricks, the short-finned bettas are going to be able to do that a whole lot better, because they don't have to get their little long flowy tail going before they jump out of the water. I was honestly shocked at how high this guy could jump compared to my other long-finned ones. As far as cons, there's really only one. If you have tank mates for your betta they are going to need to be fast and faster than normal, because depending on the Betta you have, sometimes you might be able to get one that's very peaceful and will live in harmony with others. But as far as mine, he has proven himself to be just a bit of an assassin, and he has killed some of his tankmates. If they cannot outswim your Betta, they will become lunch. I hope this video helped you narrow down if you're deciding to get a long-finned Betta or a short-finned Betta. Really, it is entirely up to you. What do you like better? If you love long-finned Bettas, go for it. However, just take a little extra precaution. Check the entire tank, make sure everything is soft. If there are any sharp edges, just sand them down with a little bit of sandpaper as far as the ceramic structures or resin structures go. If this video helped you, leave me a little comment. I love getting comments from fellow Betta parents. If you have suggestions or requests for different videos, I will do those as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. You have a wonderful day. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will see you in the next video.